Okay, I'm back. This is a truly intriguing piece here. It's called the Imperial Sword of the Samurai. I think it's made by the Franklin Mint, if I remember correctly. You'll see this display. This is a wall display. This sword hangs up on here, and I'll show you in just a minute. You see it hangs just like that. Okay, now I'll show you here in just a minute. The back of this, there's some documentation paperwork. This is about 44 inches long approximately, and then in this direction it's about 14. So you're looking at 44 inches wide by 14 inches tall. Imperial Sword of the Samurai. Now when I got this, and this is the great reason to make a video about this right here. When I got this, I noticed that this piece right here, was a little loose. I tightened it on the back just ever so lightly, and it tightened it right up. It did good, but you'll notice there is a small crack. I don't know if you can see that. And I think from where it was being loose, it looks like there's been a little damage right here. You can see right here, you could easily repaint this right here. You can see that the sword's been in and out, in and out, in and out, and it scratched this wood right here, so it's not all black like it was. As far as the frame around the edge, everything is used. You can tell it's used, but I want you to notice this right here has scuffed from taking the sword in and out. The other side, not so much, which makes perfect sense if you look when I'll show you here in just a minute, where you can see right here this sword thing. I don't know what that part's called, but obviously picking it up and putting it back in, it has scuffed against this, which this feels like, I don't know if that's wood. I'm gonna guess that's wood. I'm not sure. The Imperial Sword of the Samurai, it says right there on that badge. Pretty black, frame, edge work all the way around. Could stand to be dusted. This thing's got a little bit of weight on it. It's not too heavy, but this shows the original paperwork. Imperial Sword of the Samurai. It shows an account number and a order number from March of 1995. It says, "We have searched the world for the foremost artisans and craftsmen. Enclosed you will find a sample of their finest heirlooms for your collecting pleasure. Please see the special envelope accompanying this package for more exciting collecting opportunities." Now I don't see anything else there. It says the total price of this was $514.80, and you can see over here on the corners it has where the hangers, and they're angled to, so they'll hang up good on the wall. See, they're kind of angled out. That's kind of neat. And then on the bottom there's a stopper for it to touch on the bottom. So you hang this with 2 nails or whatever on the top. I don't know if I'm showing that real good with the camera, but right here you've got a catch, and right here there's a catch. Okay, I don't know. I guess that paper, Franklin Mint, I guess that's gonna stay. I guess that Franklin Mint paperwork is gonna stay. Okay. It says 10 installments, $51.48. It was $49.50 plus tax, $1.98 back in '95. Now for the sword itself, I want to show you. It is quite intricate on this handle right here for sure. Appears to be in good solid condition. Good solid condition here. In fact, I've already, I looked at the blade itself and it appears good too. But like I say, it looks like somebody probably took this out. I don't want to say they played with it, but there's a YouTube video about somebody slicing a hot dog off of somebody's nose or something, slicing them with a sword like this. That was kind of crazy. I don't know if it was off of his nose or something. People drinking at a party, so don't do anything crazy like that. Anyways, the sword comes right out. I'm trying to touch it and see how sharp it is. I just want to show you, it says it was made in Spain. And a lot of times I'll say stuff like, yeah, this doesn't look like it's been used. Well, this doesn't look like it was being used to cut up your bait or anything like that, but just looking at this, there's some scratches right here. I don't know if you can see on the camera. I would have to say this does appear to have been used. You know, I don't know what in the world somebody would use something like this for. And it might not have been, but I'm trying to show there's lines going. They're right here where my thumb is. And the thing feels kind of sharp right there too. I'm being real careful with this. But the lines, they're close down here to the sharp point of the blade, and then there's two lines going on. It's right in the. It's real silver looking on the camera right now, right where I'm talking about, and you can see those lines coming down here. Those aren't. They're more like scratches up towards the tip, but down here it almost looks like, you know, it's just made like that. Anyway, just want to make you aware of that. Flipping it over. Trying to watch my cameras, make sure this stays on the. There's not a lot of scratches, really, like, you know, on this upper part. I don't see any scratches from use or anything like that. And again, out here at the tip, same thing. It's really similar to the other side, actually. To be honest with you, it looks almost exactly the same, actually. I think I can see underlying lines going through there. I think that's where they actually made this. And it's got a curved line going all the way across. You know, it's like wave, like a sine wave or something, I think is what you call it. Anyway, that's the samurai sword. This right here has just a tad bit of a wobble. Just a tad. And there's a number on this, 91 FM. Okay, there's a little wobble there. Let me make sure I tell you about that. So when you shake this like this, it's got a little wobble. This handle has a little bit of wobble. Let's see. I think it's more the handle that has the wobble more. This piece has just a tad of wobble too. I say this is a display piece, but this handle, you can see this handle is going back and forth a little bit. Anyway, I'll put this back in here very carefully. And that's the samurai sword, and I'm not going to set it down in there right now, but this is the way it goes. I don't want it to fall back out because this thing sitting like this, it needs to be upright for this to sit in there right. So I'm going to just set it back down here like this for right now. And that's the samurai sword. Like I say, 44 inches by 14 is the so you can figure this sword itself is about, let's see. The sword itself is about 39 inches, it looks like, okay?